So what inspired you to finally take the leap into commercial real estate after such a successful run in retail management? And how did you know it was the right time?
Well, I knew it was the right time because I kind of had reached, I wouldn't say a plateau,
Okay.
but I really enjoy challenges. And the challenge for me with Sam's Club was to learn such a large business
Oh yeah.
very quickly in a leadership role without a lot of experience. And then it became a challenge because retail is just challenging and it's always changing. And you're managing a lot of people and you're managing, with Sam's Club, a giant facility. And so the challenge changed from how do I learn this and how do I execute to the challenge is just it's a workload.
Yeah.
And I wasn't maybe fulfilled in that way anymore.
Oh.
Also, something that I've always struggled with is that work-life balance.
Okay.
And which is also a challenge, or it can be in retail management. But ultimately, I knew what type of company Freedom is. And where it started with Torch, and it turned into Starfish Holdings. And my father has worked at Torch for almost 20 years now. And I've seen what the ESOP model,
Okay.
the employee stock plan, has done for my family personally. And I knew the culture here was right.
Okay.
And so I think that all kind of led me to make what was a tough decision because Sam's Club's an incredible company and they blessed me. But when I looked at where I'd be working and who I'd be working with,
Okay.
that decision was the right one, I feel like.
Man, how tough was it to walk away from that 9 to 5 paycheck to this instability of feast and famine?
Well, I would say that each of those can be variable. Nine to five in retail.
It's not really 9 to 5.
I would have loved 9 to 5 in retail. You're as an operator of a business, it's whatever you need to do to make it work.
Yeah.
And when you look at the challenges of COVID, and then when you're
Yeah.
changing facilities quite often to go in there and get results quickly, you're doing whatever it takes. And so that translation over to what we have here at Freedom, I would say is night and day.
Okay.
Freedom, the great thing about commercial is after 5 o'clock, most business owners, are done. And, so having a weekend and then, having plans after work has been amazing for
Okay.
me. So that part has been great. And then what was the second part of your question?
The feast or famine.
The
How do you
feast or
deal with
famine.
the feast or
Well,
famine?
that's another part where I'm very blessed with the model that we have here at Freedom. It
Okay.
allows for a collaborative environment, but ultimately, you've got to achieve results. And I think it's challenging when you're first getting into real estate in general, especially commercial real estate. What I've been told is that the first 2 years are challenging.
Man, yeah.
And so having the support of the team here at Freedom is just such a blessing. And then to be able to learn from somebody like Doug, where you talk about getting your feet wet
Yeah.
very quickly,
Yeah.
it's just been an amazing experience. I can't speak to being with the right group of people
Right.
as a key to surviving.
That's
feast or famine.
amazing. Yeah, that's amazing because there's really no famine because you're surrounded by a team that understands and helps you build that continuous pipeline and structure your business. I think that's where a lot of agents, commercial or residential struggle is creating that structure so that we know how to have that consistent pipeline and then budget the money once we get paid.
I've always been very fortunate in my career with Sam's Club. I had, just an amazing mentor in Steven Johnson, who's a market manager with Walmart now. But to have somebody like Doug to just watch and try to emulate,
Yeah.
and like you said, structure of what we have here at Freedom, I'm very lucky.
Yeah, you are.